And I can't represent myself. I am myself. I'm a Moorish American national.
You don't just come in and say, I'm my own country, I'm going to do what I want. So you're going to jail.
This so-called sovereign citizen just learned the hard way. Disrespecting a judge is a terrible move. After skipping court 3 times and dragging out his case, he thought he could keep playing games. But the judge, who had been more than fair in the past, was done being patient. This time there were no warnings, no second chances, just a cold, hard reality check. The man was completely shut down, and the verdict? Brutal, but absolutely deserved. Honestly, it's satisfying to watch. A no-nonsense Michigan judge finally put this guy in his place. Let's get into it.
3 separate driving suspended charges that were scheduled for jury trial. File 21213ST alleges driving suspended second offense on January 31st, 2021 here in St. Joseph County. File 202073 alleges driving suspended on September 17th here in St. Joseph County. I think there may be a speeding charge with that. File 202653 also charges driving suspended second offense and forgery and speeding. All those matters were scheduled for jury trial today, November 10th. Mr. Morrow Bay wishes to represent himself on these matters. He has a perspective on the Michigan Motor Vehicle Code that disagrees with the state's version of it, but he didn't want an attorney and didn't wish to have representation. He wanted to represent himself in all of these matters. So we treated him like an attorney. We set the matter for a final pretrial to prepare for jury trial. And he didn't show up. So there are presently 3 arrest warrants for Mr. Morrow Bay's arrest for failing to appear for duly scheduled last pretrials about 3 weeks ago. We don't show up on the morning of trial with a basket full of papers and inconvenience 30 to 50 jurors who have to come in and hear your case and several witnesses without preparing for it. So we scheduled a pretrial conference and you didn't show up. So I've called off the jurors for today and the prosecutor has called off all the witnesses. And there are currently 3 separate warrants for your arrest for failing to appear. But you're here now.
I think I was unaware.
We sent that to the address that you gave us. And if you're representing yourself, you need to act like you're representing yourself. We sent you duly notice to your Sage Street address in Kalamazoo. The same notice you got for this.
I don't live there anymore, and I can't represent myself. I am myself.
All right, well, I'm not clairvoyant. I don't know that you moved. So, Mr. McNair, you're driving me crazy. I'm going to put you in the waiting room. You're walking all over the place and flashing the screen and giving me vertigo, and you're sideways and upside down. And so I'll be with you in a bit. Don't go away. Yes, that's your position. Then you're not doing a very good job of it, because you didn't tell me where you lived. You didn't show up for a pretrial while we prepared for this. And now you come rolling in with a hat on the morning that your 30 or 40 jurors are supposed to be here. That's not a very good way to do business.
It's my religious headdress. I'm a Moorish American national.
Yes, I recall.
Right here and on.
Honestly, I've never understood these sovereign citizens. Why do they always show up to court in a hoodie and a hat like they just rolled out of bed? You're facing serious charges. At least pretend you're taking it seriously. The judge holds the authority here, so if you believe the court has no jurisdiction, why even bother showing up, especially after skipping 3 previous court dates?
I'm not.
All right.
Proven jurisdiction. to begin with.
Ms. Davis is here
I'm still waiting for
on
jurisdiction.
behalf of the prosecutor's office. Ms. Davis, you have any thought on this?
Your Honor, I would ask that he be held in contempt for failing to appear at the last pretrial. I would also ask that an order enter regarding discovery if all of these items that he's holding on to are intended to be used as exhibits at the trial. I would like to have copies of those so that we can be prepared. Also, I'd like to have our motion for joinder of the cases heard so we can settle that matter prior to choosing the jury and having another date set.
Right in the middle of my busy arraignment morning when I have 14 people waiting to be arraigned, that probably won't work out too good. But it's all on him. He didn't show up. He also got notice of your motion. Mr. Morrow Bay, do you have documents that you were going to present as part of your defense?
I mean, I mailed in documents and I never got a response.
Well, did you have some? Do you have some you wish to present?
Well, I mailed in an affidavit to you more than once, and this is also my legal notice for my lawful name change, because I put it on the record that I'm a Moorish American national and I'm not American or a U.S. citizen. Excuse me. I'm a man of the land. I'm native to the land. So so a lot of these rules that that the state of Michigan is creating is not applicable to me.
No wonder the judge was done playing nice. If you want your argument, even a ridiculous one, to be heard, the bare minimum is showing respect. But these guys walk in like they're headed to the food court, not a courtroom. It's almost like they want to lose. Honestly, if I were the judge, I'd be thinking, you're not walking in here looking like that and expecting to be taken seriously. Watching this guy get completely shut down, genuinely satisfying.
Middleton. I'm trying to be respectful to the court and let the court know since the beginning in a respectful manner. And I have lots of documentation to prove it.
All right. I want you to take Mr. Perdue into custody. We're going to execute the 3 bench warrants that are currently out for his arrest for contempt. We'll take him to jail and we'll make an arrangement later to discuss.
Are you arresting me right now?
I've seen a lot of court hearings, but this one stood out, and not just because of the sovereign citizen antics. What really made it different was how Judge Middleton handled the whole thing. He was sharp.
I don't have time to do it now. Thank you. Bye. Mr. Perdue, you're going to jail, the St. Joe County Jail here in St. Joe County, and I'm going to hold on to you in lieu of 3 $1,000 bonds till we can review your contempt and the other things we need to deal with. But if you're going to represent yourself, you need to do it right. You need to show up when you're supposed to show up. You need to follow the rules of evidence and procedure. You don't just come in and say, I'm my own country, I'm going to do what I want. So you're going to jail.
I was unaware.
The bond is $1,000 per file, and I will talk with you later. So right now you're going to the St. Joe County Jail.
Calm and completely in control. No theatrics, no overreactions, just solid, professional courtroom management. Honestly, it was refreshing to watch a judge run things with that much clarity and authority.
All right, we'll deal with him, Deborah, when we have more time. But he's clearly in contempt. And he is his own person, so he isn't representing himself. He is himself. We'll see.
Out of all the hearings I've seen, this one really stood out because Judge Middleton wasn't playing. He gave the sovereign citizen just enough room to speak, and honestly, that only helped build a stronger case against him. Every bizarre claim about being a living man or not identifying as American just made things worse for him. And when it was clear the nonsense wasn't going to stop, Judge Middleton didn't waste a second. He calmly picked up the phone, called the sheriff's office, and had the man arrested right there in court. This guy had the audacity to show up after skipping court 4 times with 3 active warrants and still tried to argue that U.S. laws didn't apply to him, even though he openly admitted he wanted to live in what he called the best country. That contradiction alone says it all. It's honestly wild. It's 2025, and I really thought we'd be past this kind of thinking by now. I expected people to be more logical, more grounded. But with the internet drowning us in conspiracy theories and half-baked ideas, it's no surprise some folks are completely disconnected from reality. And that's why these hearings are so fascinating to watch. It's real-world consequences meeting internet fantasy. Judge Middleton handled it all with calm authority and didn't let the courtroom spiral for even a second. The sovereign citizen? He never stood a chance. What do you think? Was the judge too tough, or did this guy finally get what he deserved? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching and take care.